Hey, what's up? It was bothering me that I had these problems here that no, not that. Status is to do, difficulty is easy. These premium problems that I wasn't able to unlock. So I just bit the bullet and got myself a premium pass. So let's do the daily and then these easy ones. All right, here we go. Leetcode 1716. Calculate money in Leetcode Bank. Hersey wants to save money for his first car. He puts money in the Leetcode Bank every day. He starts by putting $1 on Monday, the first day, then every day Tuesday to Sunday he'll put in $1 more than the day before. On the subsequent Monday he'll put in $1 more than the previous Monday. Oh, okay, I see. That's interesting. Given and return the total amount of money he will have in Leetcode Bank at the end of the nth day. So there's no interest? Alright, okay, whatever. Okay, so for I in range n, and then we'll say day of week, Dow. Day of week is n divided by 2, and then week number is n divided by 7. So yeah, and then we will have an s for a total, s for sum, and so it's the s plus equals day of week plus week number. Return s. There might be a more efficient way to do it. Oh, whoa. I was way off. So print day of week plus... Oh. No, I'm still way off. So amount equals... boom, mt, what did I do wrong? Okay, one more, what? Oh my god. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Where did 2 come from? Man, maybe I made a mistake. Okay. Wow. Hopefully the rest of these go a little bit smoother. Okay. Leetcode 3491. Phone number prefix. Premium. You're given a string array numbers that represent phone numbers. Return true if no phone number is a prefix of any other phone number. Otherwise, return false. If no phone number is a prefix of any other phone number. Oh, they're not the same length. Okay, got it. Okay, so we want the shorter ones first. Yeah, let's do this. So, S equals length of I, comma I for I in numbers, right? And then we'll have, oh crap. Should I make a try? Oh my god. Look at this. Okay, we're not making a try. Not for that. Just for I in range length numbers. I have made a try before, but you know you do that if the range is higher. So I plus 1 comma length numbers, and you know what? No. Let's not do that. Yeah, if I doesn't equal j and numbers I dot starts with numbers j, then return true. Otherwise, return false. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Obviously, I misunderstood. 001 is a prefix of the string 00153. No number is a so I did it right, I just had the wrong return value. That was pretty silly. Alright, find the shortest superstring 2. You are given, really? A level 2 problem? Is that easy? Okay, whatever. You're given 2 strings S1 and S2. Return the shortest possible string that contains both S1 and S2 as substrings. Return the shortest possible string. Oh, this kind of feels like a medium. I gotta say this feels like a medium. Okay, let's see. So we need to see if we can place A inside of B or B inside of A, right? How do we do this? What is the length? Okay, yeah, that's how we do it. For I in range length S1. Might we have to go the other way? Let's just say best equals S1 plus S2, which hopefully we can do better than that. So, yeah. So, if I have to figure out how we're even doing this overlap in the first place. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. We're going to have like an n squared algorithm. Well, it doesn't matter because the length is 100. Okay. What if we used a bit field? Let's see, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, right? So if we had 5 bits each, it'd be like 500 bits. That seems a little bit excessive. Just a little bit. Okay. S1 list equals list of S1. And then we're going to have spaces on either side, right? Probably don't need that many spaces, but whatever. And we're going to do plus or minus. Okay. So S1 list, and then S2 list of S2. Okay. First off, if S1 equals S2, then just return S1. That's going to be the easiest thing. Otherwise, you have to have them overlap somehow. So we will try for offset in range -100 to +100. And then we will see if they line up. This is so dumb. This is so friggin' stupid. Overlap I, j, right? I is a position of S1, j is a position of S2. Okay, so example. 1, 0 means, you know, space AB and then AB, like that. Right, so we're pushing S1 to the right. And we want to see if S1 fits in S2. Okay, so for we'll do offset I, offset j. For I in range length of S1. Okay, so the destination position is the offset of I. We don't need a second one. The offset of I plus I, right? Now, we will have good equals true. Good equals true. So if dp is less than 0 or dp is greater than or equal to the length of S2, then we do nothing. Otherwise, if S2 of dp doesn't equal S1 of I, then we return false. Return, well, no, we don't return false. We say good equals false, and we break. We probably could have returned false. We probably could have returned false. Return false, return true. So we can see if they overlap, and then we can figure out where the start and end point are, and then, you know, figure it out accordingly. And it really doesn't make sense to go further. Okay. So for I in range -100 to +100. Could it be more? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so if overlap offset of I, then best value equals what? Best value equals, so we're going to have a starting position and an ending position, and then we have to figure out where they are. So the best value is the length of best, right? Yeah. Now, it doesn't make sense for one of these if they're not at least touching. They have to be at least touching. I think they need to overlap by at least one. So, okay, last position in I equals length of last position in S1 equals length of S1 plus offset of I, right? first position in S1 is offset of I. Then last position in S2 is length of S2. This needs to be -1. And then first position in S2 is equal to 0, right? So if first position in S2, we don't need to do that shit. If last position in S1 is lesser than or equal to 0, then return false. We're just wasting our damn time at that point. Okay. If first position in S1 is greater than or equal to length of S2, then, I mean, we've got it. We've got it right here. We don't need to do that again. All right, let me see here. All right. I feel like this is a little silly here, but... Okay, so last position S1 is lesser than or equal to 0. Return false. First position is greater than or equal to S2. Return false. I guess we didn't end up using those at all. So, yeah. Now, the length of this is going to be, the first will be the minimum of 0 and the offset, and then the last is going to be the max of length of S1 comma length of S2 -1 plus I -1. And so the constructed length is going to be 1 plus last minus first. And then if constructed length is less than length of best, then we have a new best, right? Okay. So we're going to have best list equals space times oh my goodness, constructed length, and then we need to actually put the two of them together. So we will say for for j in range length S1, and then we will have best list of j plus I, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, it'll just have to be an offset. So, I guess if it's negative, then we need to increase. So, minus first, right? Equals S1 of j. Right? Yeah, and then S2 is just always right in place. So S2, and we're going to say assert that BL of j is either a space or it's going to be S2 of j, and then we will just set it to BL of j equals S2 of j. And then, let's see. There should be indented one more. And we will say best equals join of best list and insert space not in best. And then we'll just return the best. Wow. Oh my god, that sucked. Okay. So BL of J. Now that's weird. It seems like that should have worked. So let's take a look at S1, S2, J, and BL. And we'll see what we've got. Where the hell's my message? Oh, here we go. ABA, BAB, ABA. Minus first. Minus first. Okay. Not in best. ABA space. The expected input was ABAB, right? I mean, we know the full length of S1 and S2. Am I, like, just really overthinking this? What do I always say? When in doubt, use recursion, right? Def B, IJ, yeah. Okay. So started S1, started S. You know what? I don't think we need to do that. Okay, so what will this return? It'll return the letters plus whatever comes after, right? So we will do both. Okay. If I equals length of S1 and J equals -1, then return S2. Right? We haven't started yet. Okay. If J equals length of S2 and I equals -1, then we haven't started S1 yet, right? Okay. So we are going to proceed from here. If one is advancing, then they both have to advance. It's as simple as that. Yeah. And if there is an invalid, then we will return none, or maybe an exclamation point. So if I is greater than or equal to 0 and j is greater than or equal to 0, then we must continue. Right? Oh, wait. If I equals length of S1 and j is, well, we know that j is greater than or equal to 0, then we are simply going to return S2 of j plus b. Well, we know we have to finish it. This is stupid. This is so stupid. S2 of j, like that. We're good. We made it. Right? And if j equals length of S2, then we're done with that one. And that's all that we need to know. So the rest of it gets done here. These are our base cases. So we have consumed the other one and we are moving on. So let's see here. Otherwise, both of them are going to be advancing, right? So if I equals -1 and j equals -1, then we have a choice. Answer 1 equals S1 of 0 plus b of 1 comma -1, and then answer 2 equals S2 of 0 -1 comma 1, and then answer 3 if what? If S1 of 0 equals S2 of 0, then we have a choice of using both of them like that. Okay, that's simple enough. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so min best equals answer 1 if length of answer 2 is less than length of best. Then best equals answer 2. If length of answer 3 is less than length of best, then best equals answer 3, and we return best, right? I think so. Okay, so these are all our base cases. Is one of the strings at the end, is one of the strings at the end and the other is not started. Okay. Now the only other choice is that they're both advancing. Right? No. You could still have one advancing while the other is not started. Okay. So that is a possibility. So I feel like answer 1, answer 2, answer 3. Else answer 3 equals times 101. Better do 202, just in case you have to, glue both of them together. And this goes down at the bottom. That was my fault. That was entirely my fault. Okay, so in this case, if I equals -1, then assert j is greater than or equal to 0. That should always be the case. And we will have, in that case, S1. So if S1 of 0 equals S2 of j, then we will say answer 1 equals S1 of 0 plus B of 1 comma j plus 1. Yeah. Else answer 1 equals. Okay, so this is one possibility. Now we have another possibility here. If j equals -1, then we're just swapping everything. Answer 2, S2 of j. Then this would be I plus 1, and this would be 1. Right. Now these are the special cases for the beginning. Otherwise, we are in the middle, and it's either going to work or it's not going to work. So, assert 0 is less than or equal to I is lesser than length S1, and 0 is less than or equal to J is lesser than length S2. In other words, the middle of the string. And in that case, we will have, either they're going to match or they're not going to. So if S1 of I equals S2 of J, we will have answer 3 equals S2 of I plus B of I plus 1, J plus 1, else answer 3 equals, once again, the infinite solution here. Okay. Oh, I used 201 in other places. Okay. So, return our -1. Yes. Whoa. Something ain't right here. Yeah, this should be here. It is here. Okay, that is right. I don't know why I was confused. Unexpected indent. is not defined. Did you mean RE? No, I meant B. Cannot access local variable, answer L. Answer 1. Yeah, answer 1. So answer 1 equals answer 2 equals answer 3 equals BS big string, right? Equals big string. Alright, and then we probably don't need these. In other words, middle of the string. What is going on here? Why does this suck so bad? Why does this suck so bad? This is ridiculous. This is the dumbest shit I have ever seen. X equals space times 404, right? Yes. And then for I in range length S2, X of 201 plus I equals S2 of I. Right? So for J in range, what is going to be our insertion point? We could start up to 100 less, right? 100 to 202, 303, 305. Right? Because it's the 100 to there. Okay, so good equals true. What do I say? For I in range length S1 and then we do this like hypothetical thing. We say if S1 of I doesn't equal X of I plus J and X of I plus J doesn't equal space, then then good equals false and break. So if good, then we construct it, right? Best equals space times 505, right? Okay, so we want to do xc equals x dot copy. I think you can do that. Well, I'll just do it like this. And we just equals that, right? And then we say new string equals dot join xc dot strip. Thought this would be fun. This sucks. Okay. If length of ns is less than length of best, then best equals ns and return, not breast, best. Am I losing my mind? Oh, this is the one that passed. This is the one that failed. But we have to place the entire thing. If we have to place the entire thing, idiot, xc, but I put this as x. Okay. That's all. That's it, and that's all, and I hope to never see that problem again, as long as I live. Count odd letters from number. Given an integer n, perform the following steps. Convert each digit of n into its lowercase English word, 1. Concatenate those words in the original digit order to form string s. Return the number of distinct characters in s that appear an odd number of times. Okay, that's kind of weird, but okay, nums equals 0. Feels like busy work, but whatever. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Insert length of nums is equal to 10. Okay, s equals nums of int of I or I in str of n. Let's say print s return 0. Invalid syntax. Did you forget a comma? Chain from iterable. Wait, was that the mistake that I made? Closing parentheses does not match opening. Well, apparently that is not what I... Okay, so... nums... Okay, 4, 1, 4, 1. All right, characters with odd frequencies. Okay. Return sum of... No, I can't do it like that. Length of I k for k, comma, v in counter of s dot items if v mod 2 equals 0. That should give us... Wait, it said odd. I just did even. All right. Okay, that was kind of interesting. Filter characters by frequency. You're given a string S consisting of lowercase English letters and an integer k. Your task is to construct a new string that contains only those characters from S which appear fewer than k times in the entire string. The order of characters in the new string must be the same as their order in S. So, return the resulting string. If no characters qualify, return an empty string. Note, every occurrence of the character that occurs fewer than k times is kept. Only characters which appear fewer than k times in the entire string. Okay, so C equals counter of S, and then we will say for I in S, if C of I is less than, you know what, we don't want to do it like this. Let's go join I for I in S if C of I is less than K. We should edit that. That was awful. Bad typo there. Okay. Woohoo! Alright, next one. Sort array by absolute value. You're given an integer array nums. Rearrange elements of nums in non-decreasing order of their absolute value. Return any rearranged array that satisfies this condition. Note, the absolute value of an integer. I know what the absolute value is. I think we all know that. Non-decreasing order of their absolute value. So just sort it then, basically. Return. Yeah, so we want to sort by the absolute value of I, but we want to maintain the original value of I. Probably better make it an array. Well, no. It's fine. Okay, for I in nums, and then that needs to be sorted. And then we're only interested in the second value, so we'll call it x, for underscore x, we don't care what the first one is. And that, and we'll return it that way. Ye old one-liner. Okay, that was pretty easy. Okay. 3689, library late fee calculator. You're given an integer days late, where days late indicates how many days late the ith book was returned. The penalty is calculated as followed. If days late equals 1, the penalty is 1. If 2 is less than or equal to days late, it's less than or equal to 5, it's 2. If it's greater than 5, then it's 3. Stupid busy work. Stupid. S equals 0 for I in days that, what happened to the I? Alright. Okay, so days late. So it's always at least 1. So if I equals 1, S plus equals 1. If if I is greater than 5, then S plus equals. I was like, is there a more fun way to do this? I plus I. There we go. That's a more fun way to say times 3. Otherwise, S plus equals there's no reason for this, but all right, okay. Return S. Figured out a way to make it fun. Stupid! You're so stupid! Okay. 3696. Maximum distance between unequal words in an array. You're given a string array words. Find the maximum difference between any distinct indices I and j such that words I doesn't equal words of j, and the distance is defined as j minus I plus 1. The maximum distance. So just the left and rightmost non-equal values, I guess. Yeah, well, you can't use a double pointer because you don't know which one you're going to be advancing, right? Okay, consists of lowercase letters, and all the words are equal, thus the answer is 0. Okay, so if length of counter of words equals 1, then return 0. Otherwise, I, j. Now we want the biggest, right? Yeah. So assert I is lesser than j. Just give it some way to break. So if words of I does not equal words of j, then return j plus 1 minus I. No, that's not necessary. Just j minus I. Otherwise, return the max of r of I plus 1 comma j, or r of I comma j minus 1. And then just return r of 0 comma length words minus 1. No, that didn't work at all. Distance is defined as j minus 1 plus, what? J minus I plus 1. Oh, are they saying the beginning of the word to the end of the... Okay. No, they're just counting the word. It's fine. Okay. All right.